there, everyone. My name's Jared, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Two Lands, the Indiana Jones meets the Da Vinci Code of blockchain. So we're really excited to announce our new partnership with TCG World. Together, we intend to help fund ancient archaeology around the world and bridge the gap between the real world and the metaverse. That said, I encourage you and I implore you to come on over and join our socials, ask some questions. We have a lot of things coming, over the course of the next couple months. We're truly excited, and I hope you can be a part of the community and grow with us. We could all truly make a difference. This is a high mission project, so please come help support the cause, and I assure you, you're going to like what you see. Take care, and we'll talk to you soon. Be well.
Hello, everybody. How is everybody doing? This is TCG World's biweekly AMA, and we are here with John Dixon, my co-host partner here. John, how you doing today?
Doing really, really good. Looking forward to today's.
All right. As you can see, the room looks a little different again. So when we have a special guest with us today. So please, everyone, welcome our friend here, Zach. Zach, I don't even know how to say your last name. Please help me with that. And then give us a little introduction of yourself, if you could, Zach.
Last name is Ozyk, O-Z-Y-C-K. Used to be O-Z-Y-C-Z. It's a Polish name. So don't feel out of place there. There are a lot of those who mispronounce it. They throw all kinds of things at me, but I come from a service background, so I respond to "Hey, you." Just about anything you like. Yep, I'll take it.
And of course, you're the COO of Two Lands Token. Just give us a little background of you too, if you could.
Absolutely. So I am the COO and one of the founders of Two Lands Token and Two Lands brand. What Jared and I, my co-founder, and I have really sought to develop is a brand unto itself. And so we have developed a number of tokenized assets. We've built a project kind of centered around the idea of exciting the inner explorer and bringing some curiosity into the space, peeling back some of the layers at times, but also really engaging people in a couple of new and creative ways. We're really excited to be folding ourselves into the TCG Metaverse as well. So super excited to be on here today. Thank you so much for having me.
Excellent. Yeah. And so let's talk about Two Lands. Okay. We just recently had a press release that went out, hit the news wire. We're extremely ecstatic about having you guys on as a partner. Tell us a little bit about your project. We saw a pre-roll there video that we shared with the community. It looks like from the chat, everybody's super excited at what we showed there. Do kind of give us a little background about that. And if you could kind of get into a little bit more, maybe later on in the program here, about why TCG World partnered up with you all and why that makes sense as a partnership. But let's talk about the project in and of itself first, if you could.
You got it. Yeah, and there was a lot to unpack there. I know that video, packs a hell of a punch. There's a lot going on. We are building a number of different types of products here. And, some of what we're doing is in the GameFi space. We're building a few games. Jared and I actually started with a game, and that was where you saw some surfing on pyramids coming into the mix. Jared and I put together that runner game initially with a Unity backend. And so that is now very much in the picture. It's going to be part of our early release, and we'll be looking to implement that into a lot of what we do. But that is just one small part. So that's one of the games that we're developing. We're also putting together a trivia concept. Jared and I really love the idea of exciting curiosity, and what better a segment to go after, especially one that's unsaturated in the market right now. There just really aren't many games like it in blockchain. But there is a lot to be said for using what you know to excel, and then learning while you're doing it. So we really like the idea of engagement rewards. We're going to be rolling those into the trivia. There is a way of implementing a couple of really cool features. First and foremost, we're going to be doing some NFTs in conjunction with these. So there'll be a lockstep release, and there is a collection of pharaohs that we have developed that actually are dynamic in nature. And so they start as sarcophagi. They open up and reveal a mummy, and then evolve into a pharaoh, which you can then, through gameplay and through these engagement rewards, or through additional purchasing, you can level up your pharaoh, power it up to the point where you're kicking out more and more monthly bonus within that game. So there are kind of utility concepts that we've been playing around with regard to gaming that we're really excited about, and we're going to be bringing a lot of sustainability to gaming is how we look at it. We employed immediately a couple of brilliant minds and rolled some really awesome people into this project to help inform the development of a lot of what we've been doing. First and foremost, I have to mention and show the most supreme amount of gratitude to Tony Drummond. He is the CEO and founder, or former CEO, I should say, and founder of MicroPets. He is a very close friend of ours and was working on the project 8 months ago with us. So being that he had the level of experience that he did, he really brought a certain mindset when it came to the gaming in particular. He experienced a lot of what I'm sure everybody felt with a lot of these unsustainable economies. The sell pressure coming out of these games is immense. And so finding ways to engage people, reward them in different types of ways, claimable prizes, raffles, real world products, all of these types of things, build towards a more sustainable model. And it just needs to be the case that we operate under that assumption going forward, that it's going to be that instead of, say, a token, just selling straight into the ground every time people want to take a reward home. So that's kind of our focus and has been when it comes to the gaming. But we do also have, these partnerships that we're super excited to talk about. And, TCG is a big part of that. What we've been able to do with them in such a short period of time is extremely exciting. I can't tease too much, but we are going to be building inside of TCG. We're going to be getting our brand and our IP put up all over the place. And we do have a lot to talk about when it comes to, the ancient ruins and the implementation of this, Egypt forward brand in a really cool area of TCG. But we also have a partner, speaking of rewards and ways of engaging people in creative ways. Jared and I have had a real focus on trying to find ways of, one, removing the sell pressure from our token economy and separating those game and token, economies entirely. But then, two, we really wanted to give people the ability to, with more time, energy, and effort, they can pump that back into their assets in creative ways. But they can also take home some liquid reward. And to that end, we partnered with a company called WeGift. They do digital gift cards. And so we'll be doing redeemable balances that are loaded over time. As you bring people into our gaming ecosystem, you'll be rewarded for doing so. As those people then make purchases within our shop, we redistribute a portion of that purchase back to whoever brought in that user. And so in that way, these loadable balances can accrue over time. We like to think of it as a new approach on organic KOL involvement. So anybody with influence that is listening, this is an opportunity for you guys to kind of preach to your community, get them involved in a fun game, a fun ecosystem, a big brand, and really push the narrative, take some ownership yourself, but also maybe take some reward too. And, think about it as an opportunity more than anything else. So we will be, rolling awesome things like that into the gaming side, as well as a couple of other facets of the ecosystem. The next thing, though, I will talk about is a number of these really exciting marketing devices that we've been able to roll partners into. And that's part of why I brought up our partnerships earlier, because TCG will certainly play a role in this. We are doing a docuseries, and we'll be releasing a pilot in the next month or two onto Amazon Direct, and we're going to be shopping that around to a couple of major networks. But we do also have the ability to get that in front of major screens at movie theaters, actually, in the United States. And we're currently fleshing out a marketing plan for the sizzle reel on that, and a trailer of sorts that we'll be able to market the project with. And that will serve a number of purposes, including highlighting all of our partners and these awesome people that we've been able to work with and interface with. But we also get to KYC and dox ourselves to the utmost and to the highest of degrees. One thing that we really are very passionate about and think is super important in the space. And then another aspect and another thought on that is that we get to really give people a true understanding for what it takes to bring a project to market. You will have the ability to kind of peel back the layers, show what it is that is going on behind the scenes, talk to some of the real people, or at least get to watch us talk to some of the real people that are doing the good work. And there is this long-standing misconception to an extent that most people in crypto are a little fast and loose, is one way to say it. And we just want to change that narrative. We want to bring some of the fun back to crypto. We want to bring, blockchain technology as a willful force into the forefront of the conversation with a different kind of a sentiment attached. So, that's something we're super excited about doing, and we'll be filming that at the end of this month. And so you can look for some really exciting media coming out in the next month or two. But with regard to that, we will be featuring a number of these partners, and some of those that I'd like to highlight are Lulu Games. Lulu Market is a team that we've partnered with. They're based out of Hong Kong. We're doing a collaboration NFT set with them, and there will be a ton more news coming out about that partnership in the coming weeks. So stay tuned. But we're folding these guys in a couple of cool and creative ways. And just to give them a quick highlight, they too are bringing real Web3 to the global stage. They have found ways to, with redeemable NFTs, allow for users and gamers on their platform to bring home real world products, including wine and beef and all kinds of cool stuff. So that's one of those groups that we see, operating with integrity, working really, really hard. They're super diligent, and they have a lot of great resource and a lot of great opportunity here, but it's hard to sometimes do it alone. And so we want to, in a way, remind people of the fact that there is this coalition within the space that is coming at it from the right perspective, and from I want to say altruistic, hardworking, and fun side. So I digress.
Wow,
that was a
John,
lot to throw at you. Yeah,
that's amazing, right? I mean, this is so,
It's-
we were talking a little bit in the sound checks earlier today, and I was like, man, this is going to be a great AMA. This guy's got a lot to unpack. Zach, this is extremely powerful what you guys are bringing to the table. When I think of what I've seen with your project so far, I kind of think about these games where people will go running around the world trying to find these artifacts or these hints to kind of pin things together to solve a puzzle. Is that something that you guys are kind of looking to do as well, and employ that IRL kind of in real world kind of thing, kind of aspects to your project? Is that also part of it too?
I am so glad you brought that up. Thank you. Yes, our flagship product to many extents, and our favorite thing to work on, is a massive digital treasure hunt. It is a distributed, I should say, a distributed treasure hunt across a couple of different fields. And so it is the case that from day one, Jared and I went, and asked ourselves, what are we really passionate about? We came to archaeology. We found some, issues within that space, and we look to address those. But we also are just guys who really like to find stuff and figure stuff out, and puzzle things and work on difficult problems, but find ways of building community within that, finding value within that. The thrill of the chase has been something that is very intrinsic to both of us. And the journey being a big part of the story, and not something to be overlooked. It's not about how you get there. So we wanted to put together a treasure hunt that the entire community, and perhaps the global society, global community, could really appreciate and really get behind. So we have taken 1% of our total token supply, and we've hidden it in one wallet. We're going to take that wallet address and the seed phrase and hide it within a custom cryptex, of which, if anybody listening knows what a cryptex is, it is the Leonardo da Vinci machination that was patented and trademarked by a gentleman here in the United States named Justin Nevin. That is a fantastic thing for us, because we got in touch with him, and he is super, super awesome. He's a great guy. Look him up. He has his own business doing this now, building these things. But we're going to be doing a custom cryptex that will contain this treasure, and we'll be then distributing out a treasure hunt to find it. And so we wanted it to span the metaverse. We wanted it to be in real life and real world, with some geocaching elements. We wanted there to be, clues hidden everywhere. And so we've hidden some Easter eggs in a lot of our earliest media. We're going to be hiding clues within our games, within the metaverse, within a lot of what we do, including the products that we're putting out in real world as well. So that is actually a good segue into another, part of what we're
the
doing
chat's
here.
blowing up, by the way. Everyone's
Is
like,
it?
They love treasure hunts. They love.
I
They love
can't
hidden
absolutely.
wait to do
rewards.
this.
They love it.
Oh, I'm so glad
Yeah.
to hear that,
They love
because
it. They
Yeah.
cannot wait.
it's
Puzzles,
what gets us
games,
up in the
it's
morning.
it gets them excited, man. I could tell the chat's lighting up right now. It's
Yeah.
and the fact of how you're triangulating it with, you know, where we, you know, in our real world, right? How we go around doing about our business and bringing that back to the metaverse, the virtual sense. I mean, all that kind of that experience is that immersive experience we've been all talking about here at TCG World.
And that it
So I love
relates
that
to
about
something as well, something that's you know, a good end result, the archaeological thing that's happening in the real world. So it's all for a reason as well, rather than just it being a game kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yes,
That
sir.
it actually adds up to something. It means something. So while they're doing these things, they'll be reminded of the real purpose. So yeah, I'm all for it. And as I say, the chat's blowing up massively.
Thank you so much. And
Great.
that is a great way to kind of quickly bring up the other aspect of what we're doing, which is the real altruistic purpose of this project. It is to excite the curiosity, it's to get your inner explorer engaged, but it's also to bring awareness to this issue that is near and dear to our hearts, and something that we think affects, you know, pretty much everybody, and our understanding of our origin story as a species. There is so much information out there, or misinformation out there as well, that is influenced in a lot of ways by the money at play. And there is a significant issue associated with the lack of funding in academics. And traditional academics are, you know, dealing with predatory publishing, this publish or die mentality. There's a lot to talk about there and unpack there. And we just want to bring some awareness to the issue as well, and put our best foot forward by really making an impact on it as best we can, and doing our best to move the needle. So to that end, we actually have a registered 501c3 here in the United States, and the real world products that we're going to be putting out to market, including a beer, and we do have a spirit in the works as well that I can't tease too much, but soon we'll be coming out with some news about. As we sell those products and as we get it placed, you know, on menus, not only do we gain exposure and increase the footprint of the project, but we also get to take little bits off of what we're selling, and we get to redistribute that through our nonprofit to a couple of causes that, you know, maybe can make an impact. And first and foremost on that docket is a really exciting initiative that we've been able to you know, get in touch with. It's a group out of California that's built a robot that is capable of burying itself through sand-filled shafts. And I'm not sure if either of you have been, you know, keeping up to date on what's been happening at the Giza Plateau, but about 2 months ago, the national government in Egypt and the Ministry of Antiquities, in partnership with a German group called Scans Pyramids, did some LiDAR testing inside of the Great Pyramid. They found a voided space about 100 feet long, just above the Grand Gallery. And in 1986, there were core drilling samples that were taken from that area. They were drilled straight up. And what was interesting about that was they found that sand was at the end of those core drill samples, not rock, not the limestone that they were expecting. So it suggests that there are access tunnels to this voided space coming down that we might have access to if we can get through the sand that has filled them. And so up until very recently, they haven't had any kind of an invasive or a non-invasive alternative to getting into this area. And yet now technology has afforded us a different route. So what it is we're looking to do is fund this robot inside of the Great Pyramid. And we have the ability to do that with a couple of, you know, strings to pull. So it is the case that we got in touch with a gentleman who was working with the Scans Pyramids group, one of the men who had helped navigate the back end, so to speak, with the government, with the Ministry of Antiquities. He, you know, helped set up a lot of the event that they then put together, the media event around it. And he has started to bridge the gap for this robotics team as well. And so, you know, essentially what he's running into right now is funding issues, as is the case, you know, with pretty much every academic that we've spoken to. So when he made us aware of this potential and this opportunity, we said, well, that's essentially the ethos of this project. We want to be able to make that difference. Let us make a team donation. Let us then try and, you know, get our community to rally around this cause, and let's get this thing in the pyramid. I mean, can we talk about, you know, alternative ways of funding? And so that conversation is being fleshed out, you know, in real time. But it is the case that we can get this robot inside the pyramid if we just put together some money. So it is a extremely exciting endeavor. It is something that we think if people knew that this was what the purpose of what they're gaming for, what they're, supporting, what they're contributing to by hopping in the chat and talking about what they're passionate about. That is in and of itself, I think, something that can carry some weight. It doesn't require anything other than a little bit of attention and time. And if you really care to, you can peel back the layers yourself and engage more and more and more in games.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know until today that we've got so many wannabe archaeologists in our community. And everyone's just so excited about this, and it's one of these things where you wouldn't think that so many people would be so excited, but they are. It's something I've always been interested in. You see documentaries and they're sometimes an hour long, and it's people digging, and there's that not very fancy, exciting bit where you're just digging and digging, but the finding things and rare things and discoveries. That's the exciting stuff, and that's what you're talking about. And everyone in the chat is just talking about that as well. They all want to be in Indiana Jones, by the way, as well. I'm seeing lots of emojis of Indiana Jones. So
I love that.
You seriously, you've touched a positive nerve here. Everyone's excited about this. It's amazing.
Well, that's just music to my ears, because that is really where we found our passion was, what did we like to do in our free time? What did we dream about? What did I want to be when I was a kid? I wanted to be a professional soccer player, an entrepreneur. I wanted to own my own business, and I wanted to be an archaeologist. I told my mom those three things over and over and over again. And you know what? To an extent, it looks like maybe sometimes dreams do come true. And to an extent, everybody in this community can feel like they're contributing to that, that feeling. And you can feel like, you yourself are digging for some buried treasure in our games, in, our media contents. You can sift through our old videos and try and go frame by frame to see if you can pull out some Easter eggs. There are, a couple of things that we buried very, very deeply in there. And we want people to try and, dig. That is the whole point of this. Really enjoy yourself, but also enjoy the thrill of searching. And, maybe pull some friends into it if you like. Spread the word. If this is something that excites you, it likely excites somebody else. So thank you to the chat. Thank you, everybody. I'm so glad.
Yeah, they're loving it.
So
give me a shovel and a pickaxe is one of the comments.
Yeah, I've been trying to highlight. It's going very fast. So Zach, it's no secret when you look at our TCG World map, there is the East region. There is an ancient ruins landmark there. Now, you said earlier you can't really say much, but what can we tell the community as far as, is there a way to connect the dots there? Are we able to talk a little bit more about what the community as a holder of plot of lands, or what they can see in the game when it comes to everything you've explained so far, which is super, super cool? How and what experience can we talk to them about at this point?
Absolutely. I can give a little bit of color, not too much, unfortunately, but
we don't want Jared to get mad at us. Okay. But yeah, whatever, probably David too, he might be watching this stream right now, but just whatever is above bar, if you can let us know.
No problem. Absolutely. Yeah. We're going to be building ourselves within TCG.
Okay.
And so we will have virtual land of our own. We do have access to a couple of really awesome people in the community already that have begun to interface on our behalf, but also are looking to become a part of this to an extent. And so that's really where I'll drive at to answer your question. And what is in this for everybody at TCG to an extent? Not only do we get to talk about burying clues in not just the area that we are in, but we can talk about putting them all over the place. There are a lot of really amazing people at TCG, and one of the things I know I had mentioned earlier on our screen call was that we love TCG for so many reasons, but in large or a large part of it is because of how freaking professional they are and how they attract other professionals to their space. They operate with integrity. They do things the right way. They're diligent, they're prompt. They are exceptional people, and they have then attracted the same kind of caliber in those who invest and really, contribute to their community. I mean, everybody in this chat, I'm sure, I don't know you yet, but I will soon, and I will love you guys. We really are feeling very fortunate to be at a metaverse and be in a metaverse space that has access to a lot of really credentialed individuals, a lot of people who are, influential, but also those who have business savvy, those who have, an eye for the potential of things. And we would love to be able to talk about licensing, about getting a cross and co-branded, anything together. Ultimately, we will always have a conversation with people. And that's one of the things that Jared and I really love about our backgrounds in service. We both come from hospitality to an extent, varied backgrounds, but we've both been in restaurants for 15, 20 years each, him for a little longer than I. And we love talking to people. We love getting on streams. Like, I don't know if you can tell, this is one of my favorite things. I will talk until you tell me to stop most of the time. It is a well-known thing about me.
It's hard to tell you to stop, man. It's great. Every single word you've been telling us, man. So yeah, it's
all good.
We've been very intrigued at the early on getting to know you as a community. So thank you very much for spending the time with us today. We wanted to see if there's any other parting notes that you want to give us before we let you go for the rest of your day.
Parting note for me always is gratitude. I am so grateful to be on here. Thank you guys both for, the lovely hospitality. I really do appreciate coming on. Thank you to all the community that showed out, and thank you to everybody who's going to be listening to this later. We really appreciate any and all engagement. We'd be happy to, answer any future questions. If you want to pop into our Telegram, come find us. We're accessible. We're out there. We're always looking to chat. So, don't be a stranger, and look for a lot more coming in the next couple of weeks as well. We're always moving and shaking. We love the idea of never stopping. To be honest, Jared and I see this as a long-term business, so we're in it for the long haul.
Perfect. Let me check real quick with the moderators. Do we have their socials in that Medium article I have pinned? Can you guys let me know? Otherwise, I could drop it in the chat myself here. What's your Twitter handle? Let me just drop that in real quick.
Twitter handle is Z from Two Lands. Let me just pull that up.
Let me just check. Oh, the Sprite report's confirmed it. Don't worry, bud. Yeah, Zach.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I pinned, for folks watching the stream, in the chat, there is a pinned message. That's a Medium article. It's got all the socials here for Two Lands. Do go connect in with them. Do follow them. Keep close to connections to our partners so that you can get up to date on everything going on with our partner. Okay, here. Zach, thank you very much for coming on today. It's been an absolute joy and pleasure. John, any other last words before we let him go today?
No, you've said it all. It's going to be so exciting, and Zach, your energy comes across, and it's been well received by everybody. So I think this is the start of a really, really, really good partnership. You're going to bring some amazing things, and I hope we can bring some amazing things to your projects as well. So yeah, this is just the start of a really, really long and
Yep.
I'm trying to think of a word. There isn't a word. It's a synergy. It's a synergy. I'm going to say it's a synergy.
Yeah. Yes.
The two together are going to become really strong together. So thank you for that.
Excellent.
Can't wait for the future.
Thank you so much.
Well, folks, stay tuned here. We got another part of our program starting right now. But Zach, I do want to let you go and respect your time today. Thank you again for stopping by, and I'm sure we're going to have you back on. Maybe we'll get Jared on. I know he's a busy guy in the real world too. He's got a lot of things shaking. So I hope maybe we'll get you both on next time. It'd be great. So let's look at the schedules and see about that. So thanks again, bud. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Zach.
My pleasure. Definitely. Be well, guys.
Take care. All right, we are transitioning the program into our next part of it. Hang tight, folks, as we get over there. 1 second here. Okay. So yeah, as you guys can see here, we have a different room here now. And yeah, there is another speaker box that you probably recognize this individual's name in the chats. He is quite vocal in the Telegram, Discord, on Twitter. I don't think it takes much to introduce him, right, John? He is quite vocal, and I am excited right now as I bring him on the stage here. I'm excited to actually, for the first time, interview him per se,
this is gonna be fun.
here into our AMAs, and let's go ahead and do that right now. So Mark, let me see, I got you on screen now. Mark, you there?
Yep, I'm here, guys. Can you hear me?
I can. Let me check with the chat. Can you hear Mark? I just brought him on the stage here. Yep, Top Mark says is his handle. Yep, okay, they can hear you. Awesome.
Brilliant.
So I know you have been extremely busy behind the scenes, and I do want to highlight that for the community right now. And I don't know how much they know of like your role within TCG World. You're part of the management team as well. So Mark, well, let's do the introductions first. For those that are new seeing this right now, may not recognize your name. I know a lot of people do, but let's talk about your role with the group. And let's also talk about some things you're doing behind the scenes for us, because we have some cool updates for you all about what Mark and the team have been working on behind the scenes. Go ahead, Mark.
Well, thank you very much for having me. It's lovely to see all of you guys in the community. This is my first AMA, so thank you, John. Thank you, PJ, for having me. A little quick introduction, because I could be here for hours otherwise. I'm officially TCG Ninja, which means I wear many hats, many roles, many different things that I'm asked to do. But in real terms, I do graphics design, multimedia, marketing, social posts. I do dev work, community specialist support, etc., etc. So there's a little bit about myself, and I'm happy to help anybody and answer any questions over on Telegram mainly.
Basically, Mark is everywhere doing everything.
Trying.
He is the grease between all of the cogs in the machine that is TCG.
God bless you. Thank you.
We thank you for being everywhere, because you keep the machine running. So I personally want to give you that thanks.
Thank you.
And your guys' lovely British voices is making me sound like a monster over here. So thank you for that, by the way. So anyway, let's transition.
Right. Two against one.
American sandwich, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an American sandwich indeed. Yeah. But yeah, so with Mark, I know, with a lot of people in the community are interested on white papers, right? So, we have different concepts that are working on right now. You're on the white paper drafting team, right? You're one of the leaders on that team. Augie as well as one of those highly instrumental team members. But let's talk about the Dragon white paper. As you guys can see, there's no secret here. The room is different, and it's because the theme is the Dragon white paper. So Mark, tell us about what's going on with the Dragon white paper drafting. Oh, Mark, your audio. Yeah. 1 second. Hang on, guys.
How's that?
There. Yep.
Perfect.
Good. Yep.
Getting used to this. It's my first time. Bear with me, please.
Man. You're doing great. You're doing great.
The trick is don't touch anything.
Hands off. Hands
Keep
off.
your hands up like this.
Yeah.
Okay, so
you're doing great. Go ahead. Yes.
Brilliant. So the Dragon white paper, we've had a little bit more discussion on it, and we've decided to release a 2.1 update because there's a few changes in it that I think it's necessary to get out to the community, and I think they're going to be hyped on. So yeah, I have my set of notes ready to read off whenever you're ready.
Let me cue that up here. 1 second here.
And two little disclaimers. Don't shoot me if I get some of the information wrong, because it's fresh to me as I'm here, there, and everywhere. I want to thank Augie, Blaze, Jace, Dave, Seb, Jam, all of those guys in the white paper chat. They put in 110%, honestly. So this is quite fresh to me as well. So bear with me, please. If I get anything wrong.
The ink is still drying. Tell me if I'm wrong, Mark.
It is.
Literally every hour of every day.
Hang on, let me touch. Yeah, still wet.
Changing.
All right, I'm going to pull it up, and you can go ahead and cue me on which page in the PDF you want me to go to, but let me go ahead and get that queued up here.
So what I think we'll do, PJ, is read it section by section as the little notes say, and then I'll bring in the bigger parts as it's relevant. So that way we can kind of follow it chronologically, etc.
Guys, this is hot off the press. Like they said, ink hasn't even dried yet. What page should I go to first, Mark?
So we're going to start off on section 2 with Rarity Table change. So if I go to page 22 and you do the same.
Okay, we'll go 22. Hang tight. Here we go. All right, we're on the Dragon rank system here.
Yeah. So when you've brought that up. So yes, this table in specific, this is quite self-explanatory and doesn't require.
Mark, we lost your audio again. Mark? Hold up.
How's it going?
Yeah, you're there. Okay, go ahead.
Technology. Right, okay. So this is self-explanatory. All we've changed to the rarity table is the amount that the legendary dragons need. Previously, it was a little bit too high, the score was, which didn't make sense to the overlap to the mythics. So that's been changed, where legendary 276, the first bracket number there on the legendary, that's been dropped. So it's not as high anymore, which makes more sense to the consistency of the tables and the rarity guide. So again,
Like a heavier emphasis on the mythic now, it looks like, yeah?
Yes, so that there's
yeah,
exactly, and there's a more distinctive difference between legendary, no overlap, and the mythic, which there was previously, which was pointed out. So that's quite self-explanatory for you guys.
Okay. All right. Next,
we can head straight over to section 8, which is the dragon gold amount has been changed again to line up more so with consistency of the tables. So let me scroll down and I'll let you know which part. Page 90.
Okay. 90.
Please, PJ.
Okay.
90.
Yep, 90 it is.
90.
90.
90. That's it.
Okay,
Wow.
dragon gold. Yep.
So now you can see the table in front of you, which is much more clearly presented, where it shows ranking rarity, base gold per month, and 12-month gold earnings. Here we've got a more sensible, I'd say, bracket system of what's going to be allocated to people. So it's not too much of a contrast between the lowest and the highest. And also, again, so it makes more sense in terms of consistency as you go through the rarities. So it's changed from a decimal place gold all the way up to full integers, full numbers, basically. So it's a little bit more, one, easy to code, and two, easy to track for people.
And just a quick reminder for the gold, what is the user going to expect in World when it comes to this dragon gold? Can we just get a quick summary on that one? Because I think this one is interesting.
Yeah, so the dragon gold can be utilized at one of many Dragon Cave Club dragon traders or vendors, if you like. So there'll be a marketplace where your gold will be able to go towards accessories, crafting recipes, wearables, consumables, along these lines. And the dragon gold will be helping with buffing up your dragon in a sense, as well as making it look flash. So that's kind of the use cases for the gold at the minute.
Is the gold basically associated with dragons, though?
Oh yes, dragon's gold.
Yeah, is
Dragons
it purely
gold.
for consumables?
Yeah, exactly. It will be for
your dragon.
dragons purely. Yeah, nothing else in the game. This is exactly what its purpose and its use is. For everybody that holds a DCC, they will be allocated so much depending on how many dragons they've got in their setup. As
It's
previously
like a
discussed.
microeconomy within the metaverse, really, for dragons.
Yeah, indeed.
Perfect.
Okay,
Yeah, for
good.
sure.
And it goes into detail for the viewers. They can go to the white paper about how to earn that, right? They can go to that at a later point to take a look at that.
Yes, one little
that works.
disclaimer. This isn't live on the website just yet. We're waiting for the devs to implement an update. But that will not be too long away, hopefully.
Okay, all right. Dragon gold. Okay, what do we got next, Mark?
Right, let's shift on to let's go to section 10 for the dragon eggs.
Okay.
Did you say dragon eggs?
I said dragon eggs.
Here we go, dragon eggs, section 10. What page is that, Mark?
That would be page 97.
Okay. All right, dragon eggs. This is new, yeah? I don't remember this part.
Yeah, there's been a bit of a change up in the system of how the eggs work, what they will be used for, and how you'll come about getting them, etc., etc. There is quite a bit of a change on this. So I'm just going to pull up that. So we're at section 10, page 97. So dragon eggs. This right here, we can kind of read off together if you wish. So each DCC NFT will receive a dragon egg as reward for the holders. These eggs will contain DNA from the Dragon Cave Club and will therefore contain the same rarity. So eggs will have rarity based on what the rarity of your dragons are. The dragon eggs can be opened to receive special rewards, or they can be sold on TCG Marketplace. The rarity will determine the quality of rewards and prizes the player receives when the egg is opened. The following years, the player can nest the DCC during the Mythic Nesting Month to receive another egg, or if they are lucky, a Mythic egg to create a Mythic Dragon for the first 9 years. This is huge. It's huge. Okay,
Wow.
so as this is one of the big parts, I'll go straight to the expanded notes. So,
Yeah.
previously regarding eggs in section 10, eggs were a single drop, they're airdropped, only ever 10,000, they had to be burned to be used. They were utilized towards the egg fusion core mechanic in game to create the dragons in game, and the eggs were connected to the DCC NFT. Right, this was previous. Currently, with these changes, the eggs will be an annual drop. It won't be a one-off 10k eggs. This is going to be
Wow.
annual.
If you hold on to the NFT, then you'll get a drop every year.
Yes.
And if you trade
nice.
them as well, you
Yep.
could have a variety of eggs.
You could have a variety of rarities, a variety of stars of eggs, and bigger chances at what these things will potentially get you. So previously, they were utilized towards the slot system, basically, to house and hold the DCC NFT within the setup. We've basically removed the extra step that was not needed, to save on coding, dev time, user experience, etc., etc. So that is now
And it's
gone.
longevity as well.
Yeah,
Without
exactly.
the burning, then things keep going on and on and on.
Yeah,
So,
people will either
longevity.
hold or they'll open to try and see what's inside. And each year you'll see, a market, a cycle happening on these things. So that's 10,000 a year. Single-use eggs, no fusions. As I just mentioned, there's no slots anymore. We're just going straight to the DCCs in the setup. Eggs will give rewards and prizes based off of the rarity of the eggs. And these will be awarded annually. Like I said, this is going to be a yearly thing from now on. So the positives to take away from this is continuous drops each year. DCC are getting rewarded continuously, not just once now. And you get a chance for bigger prizes compared to previous where the eggs went into the slots and your prizes would have been what you battle or fly for, etc., etc. So we've got more proper utility for the egg, I would say, rather than it being
I'd say it's existential.
It's exciting, brothers.
Jeez, John. Jeez.
I'm
It's
ecstatic
maybe
about
a bit
this.
too extreme
God.
for some people.
Makes me ecstatic.
Someone
though.
just commented here in the chat. It was, of course, Odin's beard from the team here. So he had mentioned, Odin has mentioned, this isn't going to encourage diamond handing. Remember, because I think in the initial, it's, hey, you get your airdrop or your egg, and then you're off and running. You sell your NFT, and you're done. You don't want to do the gaming and all that aspects. But now it's an annual exercise.
Yep.
So that changes the game, folks. So if you were thinking about just getting your eggs and running and selling off your NFTs, you might want to rethink it. We don't give financial advice, but again, with this new news, this new Dragon white paper, you might want to rethink that, right?
Yeah, indeed. There's so much more possibility with this that sorry, the pun, it's going to come anyway. It's so much more exciting. It really is.
It is exciting. Exciting indeed. All right, next
Exciting
area.
indeed.
Where should we go next?
Well, what we've done, we've kind of touched on my next notes, which was the egg fusion is now gone. The eggs are a different use. We're going straight to the DCC for the setup. So that's covered.
Okay.
So section 10.2, we've got for the dragon scale and necklace changes.
All right, let's go there. What page is that?
Currently, it's all on 10.1. So page 98.
Okay, so just this the next page. Okay, got it. Here we
Yeah,
go. Dragon
just
scales.
scroll along.
Which these are cool, man. Okay, all right, let's get into this. I love this. Go ahead.
Okay. So there previously scales were utilized. This will go into my next point as well. Scales were utilized or were going to be utilized to open up more slots. So again, it goes from the previous point too. It was going to be a collection quest based system where you'd collect the scales, you'd go to a specific NPC or vendor, you'd then be able to exchange those scales for what was previously said to be, I think it was the dragon slots specifically. I don't think there was previously another use case for them. But they were going to be used for the slots, basically, so you could open up more and more and more placements to put your eggs, to put your DCCs in. But because there's been some considerable changes in several of the areas, we don't necessarily need it for this purpose anymore. So what we've done, we've took it back a step, we've simplified it, and I'll just read exactly what it says here and then go on a little bit more. So the dragon scales can be found all throughout TCG World and be used by players for crafting recipes and various quests which are to be determined. Some utilities may include, but are not limited to, crafting accessories such as necklaces, armor, access to specific in-game quests and tasks, as opposed to just opening up slots for your setup, basically. So we've simplified it, took it back and give it better use. So the scales will now be used specifically for what you can see on screen, and that is very alpha. We've got to expand quite a bit more on this, but I think this is a better direction for them.
More use case, really, for scales.
Just like the eggs
as well.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Brilliant.
Which that covers the next one, which was dragon scale and the necklace change. So the necklace will again fit into the system, but it's been stripped back. So that's that kind of covered as well there. For the dragon scales.
As pointed out, it's scalable. That's
It
what
is.
Cinder's just pointed out as well.
The puns just are never ending.
That's not
it
me.
Seems.
That's Pit Stop.
Don't stop him.
Who said that?
Don't stop him.
I just highlighted it. Yes, you guys are on fire
His
right
jokes
now.
are the pits.
Jeez. All right, keep it going, guys. What's next on this one?
Right. The next point is quite another big change. So section 11,
Okay.
which is 11 and 11.1 onwards. So,
Okay. Got it.
so if you want to bring that back up.
Yeah, let's do that. All right. The Makara? Am I saying that? Sea dragon?
Yeah. Macra, depends where you're from and how common you are.
Tomato,
I love this
tomato.
improvement.
Yeah, one of those.
I've been waiting for this to come up because this is, I think, is genius.
Yes.
This improvement.
Again,
This is new. This is brand new,
yeah.
right, for this version?
Yeah,
Yes?
brand new, but it's genius.
It is indeed.
Okay.
So I'll do it again how we've been doing the last ones. We'll read it off and then I'll go into the bigger notes. So 11, dragon nesting. The ancient dragon ancestor called Macaras or Macra, sea dragons, once originated from lakes, rivers and oceans, and that DNA is still strong in the top 500 ranked dragons of the Dragon Cave Club. These dormant ancient bloodlines can be unlocked when the top 500 dragon begins nesting. So we can see where this has come from. The players can then select a range of nesting time periods, which was pretty much the...
Mark, we lost your
Sounds
audio. Gone. Your audio.
Da-da-da-da.
There, you're back. Go ahead. Yep.
Yeah, we only
Perfect.
lost 5 seconds.
All right, great. So if we go up a little bit, PJ, if you scroll up, the table is pretty much the same. It's just what the function and the thing is that it's changed. So I'll expand on this now. So we now have
Makara, by the way. I'm just thinking.
Makara.
Is it Makara?
Macra. There's like PJ said, tomato, mate.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
going to call it Makara.
Whatever you want to call it. I'm calling it Macra because I'm common.
There's Blaze who's saying it's pronounced Makara, but she's typing it, so we still don't know how it's pronounced. But thank you, Blaze, for typing it out how it's pronounced.
There you go.
Okay. Brilliant. Thank you, Blaze. So basically, in a nutshell with this, these were previously the function for nesting for griffins. If you guys remember that, you should do. And what we've done, we've changed it from griffins to the Macaras, the sea dragons, for a couple of reasons, which I'll go into the bigger notes first rather than reading off what we can see on screen.
Yeah, please.
Previously, we had griffins for the top 500. We now have Macaras. These would ride on land and fly. Currently, the Macara or Makara will ride on land and swim. So we now have a way to navigate the waters.
A solution.
There we go.
Instead of there being two winged beasts that would fly, it now means that we've still got one winged beast, but now we've got a swimming beast.
A sea
So
beast too. Yeah, it keeps the
sea beast.
exclusivity to dragons.
It's perfect.
Yes.
It's perfect. We need
Mark,
tunneling next, but you know.
I just pulled up the images that you have here, these
Yes.
AI images, to give
Beautiful,
us a
aren't
conceptual
they?
idea. Yes, there you go. Yeah.
Yes, so you'll see here sea dragons, sea creatures, or they kind of look like sea horses, but yeah, Makara. These are going to be an absolute incredible addition, and I think it's going to provide a lot more than what the griffins would have. And we're keeping the dragon exclusivity in the air now, you know what I mean? So I know people had an issue with that originally. So we listened and we come up with this solution for it, basically.
I know the griffin was always up in the air, wasn't it, from the beginning?
It was, John, it was.
Oh,
Keep 'em
geez,
coming.
John, come on, man.
We're open all
I
night.
missed that one, PJ. You actually missed that one for a few seconds.
I
As
got
well.
We're
it,
open
man.
all night. Okay, yeah, so
Okay.
that's a pretty big one, the fact that we're changing griffins to macaras. What I'll do is I'll read off the short excerpt quickly just to explain them a little bit. So macaras allow the player to ride upon their back when traveling in the water to become master of the seas while exploring TCG World. The mythic macara allows the player to swim and run on land. The rarity of them will be determine the size and max set points for the attribute points, which will help them cruise through the water, be more agile, be able to do certain things. Each attribute will have a max of 10 points, so the player will have to allocate their points wisely and can only be used towards one macra and not saved to allocate to another, so it's single use, single points. When we upload this and update to the website, you guys can break it down and give us your feedback and everything. So I won't go into anything more deeper than griffins have changed to sea beasts.
Yeah, I think that's
Okay,
brilliant.
Griffin's out. Sea Beast, the Macaras are in. Yes?
Indeed, yes.
I love it. I love it.
Well, it's either that or having two flying beasts and no swimming
Yeah.
beast.
So
it just
spot
makes
on.
massive
I mean,
sense.
why have competition up in the air? I mean, the dragons
Yep.
keep their exclusivity in the air, and then
Exactly.
I love that you're now giving something as far as the aquatic way around the world, right? Now that we have these, now it makes a lot more
Yeah.
sense actually. Well done.
It's big. It's really compared to the griffins felt like there was something missing, and I believe this was it. So that is amazing. So thank you, Oggy, Blaze, Jam, Seb,
Yes, genius.
David, everybody involved.
Funny thing is, things like this, once the solution's said, it's like, well, why didn't we do that? You know, it's so obvious kind
Yeah.
of thing. So
Some
that's when you
things
know
have
it's
to
a really
come
good
out.
solution.
Some things have
Exactly.
to come out to be able to, you know, snowball and discuss and change into something more beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
So,
cool. Very cool.
We have one
Mark,
final.
I mean, this is pretty packed in here. Do you have anything else you want to highlight here today?
I've probably got the biggest thing of all come in right at the end. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm just going to get straight into it. So baby dragons.
Okay.
Yeah, is my audio still okay, by the way?
You're good
It
to go.
is, it
Let's
is.
talk about
Brilliant.
babies. Let's talk about them.
Babies, here we go. So I haven't got a notes number for this, but I know it's at page. I say I know. I've got to find it. Hang on.
Okay.
So
Baby dragons.
dragon tears, where are they? So go to page.
In my belly.
In my belly. If you go to page 12 and scroll down a touch, and you can bring this back up on screen too.
Let's do that right now. Yep. Okay. Here we go. Here it is.
Awesome. Baby dragons. The updated section to them. So I'll start off with the notes, and then we'll have a little read through of what's on paper. So previously, baby dragons were called tier zeros, kind of making it sound like it was part of the DCC tier system, when actually the babies are a separate entity to the tier ones, to the mythics. So they needed, a simplified thing. And tier zero sounds very underwhelming. So we've just gone straight with baby dragons. There is no more tier zero. It's baby dragons. Previously, players can only have one of them. And there wasn't that much info in the previous white paper about them. Currently, we've called it just baby dragons. No more tier zero. That doesn't exist anymore. You can earn, buy, and sell other baby dragons. This is one point. And the exact details now are coming here, which we'll read through and, you know, kind of summarize about. Some of the positives I'll read off first. This includes detailed instructions for care of your baby dragons. You can earn others, which is a free-to-play aspect. So there's no pay-to-play mechanic there. You just need to go through a certain set of conditions to be able to get all 4 baby.
Oh, we've lost you again. This is Dave. He's thinking there's too much in one AMA.
How's that?
He's having to censor him. You're back.
Cut him
You're
off.
back.
Cut him off. Yes. Okay. So everyone with an account gets one off the bat with the tutorial kind of initial quest line, which is amazing. We knew that previously. The other 3 will be attainable by yourself through a set of quests and tasks. This includes in-game tasks and quests to unlock them. You'll be able to reward. There'll be rewards for leveling up your baby dragons, i.e., exclusivity to certain things like VIP cave access, go-karting, accessories.
Okay. Do we have anything to show on go-karting? That sounds pretty cool, man.
It is on these pages. So now I've said that, let's read through it. Slow down, slow down, PJ, slow down. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll go through how to claim your baby dragon and just read off until we end this section, and you guys will get a better understanding of it. But once it's uploaded, everybody can dissect this themselves. Right. So the player will have to complete a quest to claim your baby dragon, to find dragon items, to visit some of the wonders inside TCG World, to complete tasks, to see the magical birth of your baby dragon. Once your baby dragon is born, it will start at level 0 and greet you, then give you a tutorial on how to look after it and how to level it up in game. You need to get the baby dragon to level 10 to be able to mint it as an NFT. It does not start as an NFT. You must grind to get it to a level where it can be minted. Okay, so that stops the monopoly or somebody just constantly creating them and selling them on the marketplace and monopolizing things, basically. So you have to put in the time to be able for it to be able to become an NFT. So to level up the baby dragon past certain levels, the player must complete in-game quests along with daily tasks. These in-world quests will require collecting dragon essence, bones, blood, etc., etc., and these things are to be determined. There might be a few more items, there may be different items, but these are generally what we've gone with. And by the way, I want to shout out Jace specifically for this, because he has put in such a good job, effort, and such a perfect little pet Tamagotchi style system for our 3D virtual world. It's a beautiful system, and we've been discussing stuff today and made some more changes, so thank you very much, Jace. Right. Okay.
I think Roy from the Sprite Report said it perfectly. We have now gamified the entry level dragon that everyone gets, right? We've now made it to where you just don't get a dragon, but it's also like, what do you do now, right? The free to play concept. You get the dragon, now what do you do? And you've just explained all that, the Tamagotchi style of feeding
play
it
to earn.
Yeah,
literally.
That's how it should be.
Play to earn it.
Literally, yeah, exactly that. And it's a big difference to what little information we had on it previous, so it's a good start. So leveling up, a baby dragon starts at 0 and it gains 1 level every 3 days if the tasks are completed. The maximum level attainable in 30 days is 10 levels. The baby dragon can be minted as an NFT at level 10, which I've just described. Once your baby dragon reaches level increments of 10, 20, 30, 40 and so on, neglect can ensue. Neglect cannot fall below each increment with the max level at 120, otherwise it can drop back down. So you must be keeping care of these dragons for them to hit that next milestone. Otherwise,
so it can de-level.
It can degrade back to the last 10 integer, how we've currently got it written. So if it's neglected after a certain period of time, you got it to level 18 or 19, for example, and you left it for 2 weeks, boom, there's a potential where it's going back to level 10. If you don't put in the care and effort, or there'll be some kind of penalisation for not caring for it, basically. So that would be max level 120 we've currently got the baby dragons levelling up as. So that's going to take some months, some grinding to get to that level.
It'd be great if we could use Dragon Gold to, if I wanted to go on a 2-week holiday in the real world, I don't know why I'd do that, but I might want to do that, to be able to use my Dragon Gold, put the baby dragon into kennels, and have somebody else take care of it, or kindergarten, yeah.
Possibly. That may be a thing.
Yeah. So that I can use, okay, sorry, am I...
So
it may be
excited
that's already been thought about.
I got excited about that go-karting though, guys, and I just showed those images right now. Some people are coming up with some pretty clever names for this, like dragon karting. You know, it's it's the cutest thing I've ever seen. Them driving these little carts around the world. Really, that's so cool.
We love the community input as well. That's what this whole world is based upon, built by the community for the community, and we've got some awesome members to help us with this. But yeah, do you want to
members as well, isn't it? That put a lot of into all this. So it is a collaboration. I mean, when people say that we listen to ideas, we've got the community actually creating these ideas as well. So it's great.
Exactly.
It's great.
We're running a little long on time though, Mark. I think we do have the big finale that you want to talk about, and we actually have a clip to cut away at as well, as you guys you all know here. So do you want to give us some kind of tee it up right now, and then I'll cut away and then let people digest, and we'll come back?
Well, the big thing was the fact that we've expanded the baby dragon system, and it's now a pet level in Tamagotchi style 3D system. There's much more to cover. It will be on the website, uploaded and updated as soon as the devs get it. I just say for the community to get stuck in basically and have a dig for yourself. That's all I've got to say about that. Yeah.
Also, as well, it's worth saying when we're talking about the Dragon Cave Club NFTs, they were trending today on OpenSea.
Yes, we got up to 4 on the hour.
So it's very topical. Have a look on OpenSea. Make sure it's our collection, not a dodgy collection. Have a look, because this is even more reason, if there wasn't a reason enough, to get these Dragon Cave Club NFTs. The prices... Because, I mean, there's utility with these NFTs. The price, I think, is really worth having a look at. So
indeed,
if you want to know the actual address, get into our chats and we'll say what the actual address is on OpenSea. Make sure you get the right ones. Yep, thank you. Thank you,
Roy.
Yeah.
Am I muted? Sorry. My dog's barking in the background. Sorry. Okay. It was muted for the people there. Hey, guys. So I just wanted to let you know, we just pinned the OpenSea collection up there for you. It's to keep you guys safe, like we just mentioned. And so do make sure you're going to the right collection there. That's out there now for you. And also, we're going to get to the main event here right now, which is what the Dragon Cave Club's NFTs is, this Dragon white paper right now. I love these images, man. I saw these and I nearly fell out of my chair. We're going to come back and talk about this some more when we after we show this to the community. But guys, take a look at this and let us know your thoughts in the chat. All right, here we go. Boom. There you go. Mark, what did we just see there?
What we just saw on that video are a beautiful bunch of mythic dragons, my friends. We saw the different designs for the regional mythics. These are some absolutely incredible, powerful designs, in my opinion. And yeah, I think this is going to be the thing to strive for when it concerns the Dragon Cave Club. This is like the penthouse, the upper echelon. This is what you want to be going for where necessary, whether it's through whatever means, whether it's battling, flying, collection based, we shall see. But I want to just add, because I've been told in DM that the big change, which is in section 2, which I glossed over, but it works perfect for now, is that there are now 40 mythic dragons available.
Wow.
40
How
mythics.
many were there before, Mark? How many were there before?
Was it one?
So originally we had the 2 that are currently in existence. So that would be number 1 and King Dragon 1 and 2. The next 8 would have become available over 8 years in the battling month and the flying months, etc. So the competitions. Now that has expanded to 40 because these regional mythics were just too good to miss up as an opportunity. And it makes sense to have 10 in each region as opposed to 10 total. It works better with our numbers, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is one of the huge things to the mythic tier that, there's going to be 40 of them, not 10.
But there's going to be 10 of 4 regions, or 10 colours, so there's still this kind of rarity thing. I mean, there could be people wanting one of each region.
Exactly,
kind of thing as well.
that collection want is there.
There's 40, there's 10 times 4. That's how I see it. There's, yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, it looked almost impossible to achieve before, or nearly impossible, should I say, before, to get to that level, and it would take a lot of work to get there. This seems more reasonable now, the way you've laid it out in section 2, and also the fact that there's 40 now. That's great. I love it, guys. And you're using the regions and the color scheme and all that, which we saw in those mythic dragons. You're using those regional color schemes to kind of bring out the light in those. Cool.
It just works with the flow of all the others. Yeah, it's like an evolutionary stage that fits.
Good. Well, Mark, if there's nothing else, I mean, that was a lot to unpack. You did a fantastic job. This is your first time on an AMA with us.
Thank you for having
me. By the way. You did fantastic, sir. You did fantastic.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me on.
So speaking of dragons, so that's what we have for the Bible. Guys, stay tuned to our TCG.World website, which is where it will get published. I believe it's under one of the tabs. I don't know which tab it is, but
I think it's white papers, is it?
White papers is a tab? Okay, yeah.
I think it is.
It's under more.
But anyway, more. There we go. There's a more tab. You click on there. There's a drop down dragon white paper. We'll probably in the Telegram and Discord we'll be announcing the publishment of that.
Yes.
Keep an eye out for that. But yeah, we went through the highlights, guys. There's a lot to unpack. I think it's a 108-page PDF that's going to get published. Do your own research. Do your own read. We did a really good job here with Mark's help to unpack the highlights for you, but there is still a lot for you to digest on your own. But folks, we're going to go ahead and segue into a giveaway. So Mark, you can hang out with us. I'm more than happy to have you hang out if you're good on time, but we got a giveaway to give away. As you guys know, we are doing, let me go ahead and show this real quick. As you know, we are doing 6 months of Dragon Cave Club NFTs giveaways to celebrate TCG World's birthday. Just turned 2 years of age here recently. And every week we were giving away a Dragon Cave Club NFT. And I believe, guys, the floor is around 0.15 ETH, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Last I checked, which is like $300 or something like that, or $250 US dollars.
When did you check? I'd say we've been trending on OpenSea.
I don't know. I know. I might have lost track of it, but the giveaways are going on, and we are here to announce the winner of the giveaway for the Dragon Cave Club NFT for our plot owners. Because last week we were running a Gleam giveaway, and on the Gleam platform we're now ready to announce that winner, who is a plot owner. And let's go ahead and throw that up. All right. So Hiri. I have a poem that my friend Roy wanted me to say, so let me pull it up. And I'm not a poetic person, but you know what? Roy has done so much for us as a community, and I think, let me give it a solid. So Hiri, a victor has been chosen. But first, we express gratitude to all for such enthusiastic devotion. Every share, every retweet fuels our grand tale, ensuring that TCG World will prevail. All right, so here we go. As corny as I sounded, I apologize, but drum roll please, folks, in the chat. We are about to announce our winner, and the winner of a Dragon Cave Club NFT is at Loopity Loop. That is the Telegram handle, I believe, there at Loopity Loop. just go ahead and step forward in our Telegram in the plot owner chat, and we'll take care of you and get you that prize. Congratulations at Loopity Loop.
Well done.
Congrats. Well
Brilliant
done.
name as well.
It's a fun name. Yeah, absolutely.
Brilliant name.
All right. So we even have another surprise. So, John, why don't you tee this one up for us? Because you've been playing around with some things, and we have something really hot on the press to show. We'll cut away to, but I want you to tee this one up yourself. You worked really hard on this.
I can do. I wouldn't say I worked hard. the people who created the playing field that I was able to access today have been working hard. I was given a sandbox, not sandbox by the way, but a sandbox to play in today, with a certain avatar which has been promised to people who own a plot and have got them sold into the verified Telegram channel. And it was a case of about 30 minutes before the AMA. Can you go in, do a bit of testing, and also as well take a few screenshots as well to see, it's all right. Okay, I'll do that. And then I threw a few pictures towards PJ, who then put it into a slideshow and put a bit of music on it.
This is what we do, John. We make magic happen at the 11th hour, right?
So what you're about to see. What you're about to see is early, very early. Next version of TCG World. Small area that's been built just for the sake of testing things out like avatars. So I took my avatar around different places within that small world and just took a few selfies and roll VT.
Here we go. Let's take a look. There's still images, but still very exciting to see some sneak peeks to the next build, right, John? Right, Mark?
Yeah, we need to get some shorts or trousers on though, because it looks like frog spawn.
I don't know. I've never seen frogs with clothes on, though. I've never seen frogs with clothes on, so I don't know.
Frogs don't wear clothes, do they?
No, they don't. That's on my check. So,
yeah, but Pepe does. I've seen memes, and he does definitely have shorts on.
All right, we'll get some shorts on there.
But then again, there are a few rude ones and nude ones. So,
but
yeah, he definitely. I think he needs some trousers on at least, or some shorts.
Odin's asking if the Pepe butt will trend. Pepe butt, will that be trending? I don't know. Maybe.
Well, the thing I should add, and I couldn't do it because I was told not to, but I wanted to, is the animation for him running around, jumping around, swimming is so smooth. But we didn't want to give too much away because we're still building.
Yeah.
But I can tell you that his bum does wiggle when he runs. So
just like the
another
meme.
reason. Yeah, another reason why we need to put some shorts on him, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was great, John. Thank you for pulling that together real quick for us, giving us some sneak peeks there. And again, we'll get, as we get more progressive on this new build, folks, we will give you some more videos and things like that are actually of the movements of the avatars around the world. But we're excited. A lot of work being done for you all behind the scenes. That's really our AMA. I know we went a bit long today, but there was a lot to unpack. As always, there's a lot to unpack.
News.
What's that, John?
We've got a new coin we've got a coin that's just been released. It's nothing to do with TCG World, but it's Pepe Butt Coin.
Okay,
so
guys,
that's available.
no,
It's
come
a
on.
new-
Don't, okay, we're not going to go there, John. No, come on, man. But I want to make sure we we'll cut away here, but I want to just real quick, once again, I want to thank you very much, Mark, for coming on to the AMA. Really appreciate it. I know this takes some bravery, and you did absolutely stunning job. Thank you very much. There's a lot to unpack there. You did a really good job keeping it all crisp. Really I know the community appreciates that as well. And John, my co-host, man, thanks very much again for another AMA in the books, sir. And any parting words from either one of you before I let you guys go?
I can only say, Mark, for your first AMA, I think you were so concise and came across really genuine and good. So
great, thank you. Because I can
Seriously,
ramble
really,
on,
really
I
good.
can ramble,
Yeah,
and
we'll
I'm
have you
aware of
back.
that. So
I think PJ will have you back for the next iteration of the.
I think this went smooth as heck, and I believe we put this together in the last 24 hours. So thank you for being nimble with us here, Mark. It was really appreciated. Fantastic.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. And
right,
yeah, the community, we love you.
There we go. Yes.
All love here.
Everybody, do join us in the Telegram if you like. We might be opening up the VC. I don't know yet, but hopefully you all can stay tuned to all our socials. Take a look at this cutaway, and do make sure you're plugged into all those socials. But for Mark, Top Marks, aka Top Marks, and John Dixon, my co-host, I'm PJ Krypto, and I'm going to see you guys on the moon. Everybody have a great rest of your weekend. Bye bye now.